Hey family, it's your girl Charmaine Holland coming to you, and I want to talk to you about spiritual warfare. Lately, people have been coming to me asking me questions about spiritual warfare, or they under attack spiritually. I recall 2 years ago, some lady was telling me that she was under a spiritual warfare, and I had no idea what she was talking about because I never experienced it. At least I didn't think I was experiencing it. So fast forward, a couple of years go by, and then someone else tell me that they are going through a spiritual warfare. Now, this particular person, I know they passed. So I can relate to what they're going through because I know where they were and I know where they're trying to go to. And because I understood they were in the dark and now they're trying to get to the light, I can relate to what spiritual warfare is. He started hearing voices. He was going through a lot. Now, the other day, a lady approached me and she said, Charmaine, can I talk to you? Now, it's funny, the same thing that's happened to me now has happened to me when I was 20 years old. I had so many people coming up to me, want to tell me their life story. Back then, I didn't understand it. I said, why is people coming to me like I had a sign on my forehead? Well, because this is my true calling, I understand why God sends people to me. So she told me that she was going through a spiritual warfare and that she's so afraid that she's going to go back into this dark circle that she was in. And she started crying to me. And I remember seeing her when she was so fragile and broken to now where she's so joyful, she's speaking, she's coming out of her shell, but she's being attacked and she doesn't know how to handle it. Now, because over the years, I understand what it means for spiritual warfare and what's really taking place, I can help her now to understand it so she can have a different mindset and not find herself go back in that dark hole where she came from. So I told her, I said, look, wherever you came from, I know where you're trying to go. One thing we must have to understand whenever we're going through spiritual warfare, it's not going to be easy. You got to remember, you were in a dark space and now you're coming to get into the light. That darkness, that entity, that spirit don't want you to go. That spirit is going to test you to almost break you to see if you're strong enough to handle the light. And so that's what she's going through. And so I had to kind of give her certain analogies of what's going on so she can really understand that that it's not so much about the individual. It is the situation that's taking place. And so I told her to surround herself with individuals that I know that's going to help her come out of that darkness fully so she can be able to have the tools that she needs to operate so she don't go back in the darkness. And so she put a smile on her face, she stopped crying, and she understands what's happening. So I want to talk more about spiritual warfare because the more and more I think about it, the more and more I understand that this is nothing new. This is something that we have all been experiencing, but we just didn't know how to put a name on it. I came across somebody's podcast called The Soul Detox, and that's what it is. Your soul is being detoxed of what you've been used to that you no longer want to be a part of. So now you're going through the healing. Now you're going through the cleansing. Now you're purging yourself, and now you're ready to walk in your authentic self. That light that you've been covering and being afraid of who you are. So with that being said, I just wanted to share what spiritual warfare is all about. And if you're going through spiritual warfare, know and understand that it's going to be a challenge for whatever you're going through. See, the thing about it is that you were somewhere that you felt comfortable that was dark and you really didn't understand what was happening. You just kind of just going with the status quo. This was everybody else do. The gossip, the drama, the negative, the bitterness, the hate. That's all darkness. And so now you realize, hey, I don't want to be that way no more. I want to change. I'm going to focus on God. I want to be happy. I want to be kind. I want to be uplifting. The darkness, like, what? You ain't going nowhere. Where you think you going? It's trying to pull you back into that space where you were at. So it's up to you. How bad do you really want? What price are you going to pay for your freedom? Are you going to be strong enough to be able to outbeat that darkness so you can shine your light? I know you can do it. We all can do it. But what is the price for your freedom? What is the price that you're willing to pay to leave that, all the other people, where they at, so you can move and be your authentic self? Well, with that being said, this is Charmaine, your girl, coming to you with a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of spirituality to help uplift us mentally, emotional, and physical. With that being said, talk to you later. Peace.